June has come and gone, and it flew by so fast. During this month, I was thinking it was quite an inconsequential one. I was just busy with work, doing everything I needed to do. But now, looking back, I think this month was very transformational for me. I really put myself out there, I made friends, I put roots down and made some first steps at finding community. And I really feel like this place is becoming finally something resembling a home. And that's a really nice feeling. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I thought it was time to give a little bit of a reading update because I have been reading so much lately. This will also be a vlog, but mostly a reading vlog because I don't have that much planned except for reading a lot. So let's talk about the book I am currently reading, which is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. And when I tell you that I was excited for this book to come out, I cannot even begin to put it into words. Like, I heard about this last year already, I think, and I heard it was a vampire lesbian story, and I was sold, and I've been waiting for it to come out ever since. And it finally came out like 2 or 3 days ago, and I pre-ordered it, so I got it right away. I started it, and I read like 320 pages in a little bit over a day, which is impressive for me. So safe to say that I am enjoying it. But I also have to admit that it's not really revolutionary. It's not as spectacular as I hoped, and mostly because it just feels like a lot of books I have read before. It's very reminiscent of V. Schwab's other book, The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue. It has a very similar feeling and like a very similar setting with like a immortal person moving through history. And it also feels like The God of Endings, which is another vampire novel of a woman moving through history as an immortal being, fighting the hunger. And yeah, it doesn't really bring anything new for me so far. It's enjoyable and it's a fast read for sure because it's addicting, but it's not spectacular. It's not really renewing, and that makes me a little bit sad. I don't know what I expected. I think I expected something like raunchier, like more hedonism mixed with vampirism, more eroticism. It's in there a little bit, like there's the hunger, there's the desire, but it's just not as crazy as I hoped it would be. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun, and I'm definitely going to finish it soon because it's just so addicting. And today I don't have a lot to do except read. It's a Saturday. Probably should write a little bit on my book, but once again I am very deeply stuck with the plot, and I have been trying to figure it out yesterday. I couldn't get to like the final puzzle pieces. Maybe today I will have an enlightening moment, but other than that I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself today and just read because I've been working a lot this week and I deserve a little break. So I'm going to make a coffee and settle down with my book outside on the balcony, and I will be back with an update later on how this is going. I'm having the best day right now. It's only 11 and I'm already nearing the end of this book, and it's been so long that I had a day like this where I just read the whole day without interruption. I'm going to make another coffee. Life is good. It is the next day, and yesterday during lunchtime already actually I finished Barrier Bones in the Midnight Soil. But after that it was so hot and I looked hot and sweaty and I didn't feel like turning on the camera, so I'm giving you the update now. My final assessment of this is kind of the same as yesterday. It was really enjoyable, it was really fun, I went through it so quickly, but it was a little bit disappointing. And this mostly had to do with the fact that it just played it very safe. I feel like this was marketed as like a really dark, hedonistic, raunchy lesbian vampire book, but it was just very, very safe in every aspect. It goes there a little bit, but it never goes all in. I just wanted it darker and I wanted it more depraved, you know? A little bit more Dorian Gray and a little less Bridgerton. But in the end I did really enjoy it. I flew through it like I said, and I think I just distinguish when I read between my enjoyment of a book and like the intellectual stimulation I get out of it, like how good is the book, how renewing. And this was very enjoyable, it definitely was, but it was not very interesting or renewing. It just felt like an echo of many books I have read before, but it was still a fun ride. So I finished this yesterday afternoon, and then after that I just couldn't decide what to read next. So at first I started reading Picnic at Hanging Rock by Joan Lindsay, but I couldn't really get into this at the moment. I think I will really like it, but it's very flowery in language because it's written around the 1900s. And at the moment I couldn't focus my brain, especially after literally reading the whole day before that. I already started last week All About Love by Bell Hooks, and like this is one you can pick up whenever you want because it's like separate essays, you know. So I read a few essays in this one, and then in the evening I decided to start Confessions by Catherine Airy. Because I don't know. I don't know what I want right now. I don't know what mood I'm in. I've been enjoying this one, but I'm not far enough in to really like love it yet. So I don't know. I really hope I don't end up in a reading slump. Like usually when I scatter my attention between books like this, it means a reading slump is oncoming because I cannot direct my focus on one book and actually finish it, which frustrates me. So we'll see. And in like 30 minutes I have to leave for my book club of this month. This month we read Bonjour Tristesse, so we're going to discuss that one at like a brunch place. So I'm very excited for that, but I want to bring a book to read on like the metro, but this one is too heavy because I also have to bring my journal and Bonjour Tristesse. So I think I'm just gonna bring this one because it's like an easy thing to read on the metro. Yeah, I don't know.
If I read it when I was a girl, I would have given it.
pieces of my world came together with you. All at once, I was a man in your arms, I was seen into. The dew was wet, we had only met, it was all I knew. In your eyes, in the evening light, I was torn in two, I was built anew.
I realized I kind of forgot got to film in the past few days, but you didn't miss much. I was just surviving behind my laptop. I had to work a lot, I've been writing, and it's 35 degrees every day, so I'm just sort of, you know, trying to survive sitting in my own puddle of sweat the whole day. Like, it's not pretty, it's not pretty. But I have an update because I got a really exciting email. A few weeks ago, I applied to an artist residency in France, in the French countryside. And I just got an email that I've been accepted, and the earliest I can join is a residency in November, which is so exciting. So I really hope I can do it. I have to check with my boyfriend and his work dates if we can work it out, because I do have a dog. But I really hope I can do it. It's so exciting. It's not a proper residency. They call it a residency, but I think if it would be a proper one, you wouldn't have to pay. And for this one, you do have to pay. So it's more like a creative retreat, I think. But yeah, it's for artists and writers all over the world, and it's like an all-inclusive experience in this gorgeous chateau in the countryside. You have like dinners together, you have your own room, you can roam around the grounds, and you can create. And I feel like I really need it. I need a few weeks by myself that are just focused on being inspired and creating art. A few years ago, I went to Paris by myself to do that, and I still look back on that week as one of the best of my life. Just because I was so inspired, I was so happy to be out there on my own and just focus on writing and soaking in beautiful things. And I think I need that again. It's been too long, and this was just such a great opportunity, so I really hope I can make it happen. Otherwise, I'm gonna join next year, but I really hope I can do it in November already, because I don't want to wait that long. So yeah, that's an exciting update. And just now I got ready for a supper club dinner that is organized by the girl who organizes the book clubs I go to. And honestly, I feel so grateful that things are sort of like coming together now. Like, these are the communities and the places I longed for, and once you put yourself out there, they just come to you. Like, I was always drooling over those videos on TikTok where girls would come together for like a supper club night, like a theme night, or just creative people coming together, have like a beautifully set table, talk about books and stuff that inspires them. That is the thing I've been craving, just creative community, and now I have it. I'm so excited. So yeah, I put on a little 60s style dress because, again, it's so hot, so I try to put like the lightest outfit on that I have in my closet that is still sort of like cute and dinner worthy. Another part of the night is that we all had to bring a favorite book that we're gonna like swap together. So I brought The Safekeep. I don't know if I was supposed to wrap it. I don't know if it's like a secret swap, but I wrapped mine. But I brought The Safekeep by Jelle van der Woude because, first of all, it's amazing. It absolutely blew me away, and I think everyone should read it. And second of all, it's a Dutch author, so I thought that would be fun since this is like an international get-together. I thought it would be fun to like represent my country a little bit with a Dutch author. So I hope whoever gets this is going to be very happy. Book Swap Dinner Essentials, the actual book, a bottle of white wine, and a fan. Highly necessary.
Can you still use it? Oh. I mean, it's not total my decoration.
No, but I mean, even if I have moved in.
My little car is background.
But I think, I don't know, I sort of like this should be coming. I really like it. We just fight like crazy. But it's fun, like right now, like.
Yesterday I finished Confessions by Catherine Airy, and this was like a solid 3-star rate for me because I was intrigued the whole time. I flew through it, but in the end I was like, it didn't really come together the way I hoped it would. And I think it was because it was a little bit too ambitious in its scope, because this is a multi-generational tale that focuses on like family secrets. And the premise of this book is that it follows Cora, whose mom died when she was young, and now her father also died during the 9/11 attacks. Cora is a teenager, she's orphaned, she's completely lost, and then she gets a letter from an aunt in Ireland who she has never met, saying that she can come to Ireland and live with her in this mysterious house, this mysterious villa. and the house plays a big role in this story, and it almost had like some gothic elements, but it didn't quite work for some reason. And I think it's because you don't get to know the characters deeply enough to actually care. Like, it feels a little bit rushed at some points, and you also only switch to the POV of another character when something really traumatic happens in their life, so you only get to know the characters through their trauma, which makes this book feel both very intense and somehow still a little bit superficial. That's like the best way to describe it, but it was still a good enough time. And now this morning I started Immaculate Conception by Ling Ling Wang, and I can already tell that this is going to be a good one. And I'm already so intrigued, even though I'm only 20 pages in, but this just gripped me right from the start. And this is a science fiction, dystopian kind of book, I would say. I think it takes place in our time, but there's some technology called scaffold, and this allows you to enhance your empathy by putting your mind literally in the mind of someone else, or like you get a piece of their mind in yours, I'm not sure, which sounds a little bit questionable. And the protagonist of the story is called Enka, and she is a art student, and there she meets Mathilde, who is a fellow art student, and she becomes obsessed with this girl. Like, Mathilde is very creative, she has revolutionary ideas, she's just very good at what she does, and Enka becomes very envious and sort of like fascinated by Mathilde. So they develop a friendship, and Enka wants to stay close to Mathilde just to get like a piece of her genius. And then enter this technology where you can get a piece of someone else's mind to enhance your empathy. But Enka decides to do this with Mathilde, you know, just get a look inside her mind, her workings, her creative process, and use this for her own gain. So to me, that was very intriguing. I just love a good toxic friendship story. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the relationships between women can be so complex and interesting. And yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting take on that, especially with the sci-fi elements to it. I think I will end the vlog here to make it not too long, but I will definitely share my thoughts on this later in another vlog, or like on my Goodreads or Instagram if you want to check that out. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!